So, you've decided to take the plunge into the world of sushi making at home. It's a delightful journey, one that combines art, science, and a little bit of culinary magic. Let's break it down step by step, so you can roll perfect sushi that will impress not just yourself, but anyone lucky enough to share a meal with you. First things first, gather your ingredients. You'll need sushi rice, which is a short grain rice that's sticky when cooked. This stickiness is crucial because it helps the rice hold together when you roll it. You'll also need rice vinegar, sugar, and salt to season the rice. For fillings, think about what you love. Classic choices include fresh fish like salmon or tuna, but don't shy away from vegetables like cucumber, avocado, or even pickled radish. And let's not forget the nori, those dark green seaweed sheets that hold everything together. Now, let's talk about the rice. Rinse it under cold water until the water runs clear. This removes excess starch and prevents the rice from becoming gummy. You want each grain to be distinct yet cohesive. After rinsing, let it soak for about 30 minutes. This helps the grains absorb water evenly, ensuring they cook perfectly. Once soaked, drain the rice and transfer it to a pot with the right amount of water. A common ratio is 1 cup of rice to 1¼ cups of water. Bring it to a boil, then reduce the heat, cover it, and let it simmer for about 20 minutes. While the rice is cooking, prepare your sushi vinegar. In a small saucepan, combine rice vinegar, sugar, and salt. Heat it gently until the sugar dissolves, but don't let it boil. Once your rice is done, transfer it to a large bowl and gently fold in the vinegar mixture. Use a wooden spatula or a rice paddle, and be careful not to mash the grains. You want to keep that lovely texture. As you mix, fan the rice to cool it down. This gives it a nice sheen and helps it reach the perfect temperature for rolling. Now, let's get to the fun part, assembling your sushi. Lay out your bamboo sushi mat, and place a sheet of nori on top, shiny side down. Wet your hands with a mixture of water and a little vinegar to prevent the rice from sticking. Grab a handful of sushi rice and spread it evenly over the nori, leaving about an inch at the top edge. The rice should be about ½ an inch thick. Don't be stingy with the rice, it's the foundation of your roll. Next, it's time to add your fillings. This is where you can get creative. If you're using fish, make sure it's sushi grade and sliced into long, thin strips. For vegetables, julienne them into matchstick shapes. Lay your fillings horizontally across the center of the rice. Remember, less is more. You can always add more later, but if you overstuff, you'll end up with a messy roll. Now comes the rolling. With the bamboo mat, lift the edge closest to you and start to roll it away from you, tucking the fillings in as you go. Apply gentle pressure to keep everything tight, but don't squeeze too hard. You don't want to squish the rice out. As you roll, pull the mat away so it doesn't get caught in the sushi. Keep rolling until you reach the bare edge of the nori. To seal the roll, wet that edge with a little water and press it down gently. Once your roll is complete, it's time to slice it. Use a sharp knife, and make sure to wet the blade to prevent sticking. Cut the roll in half, then each half into 3 pieces for a total of 6 beautiful sushi pieces. The key here is to use a gentle sawing motion rather than pressing down, which can crush your creation. Now, let's talk about presentation. Arrange your sushi on a plate, and consider adding a small dish of soy sauce for dipping. You might also want to include wasabi and pickled ginger on the side. These not only enhance the flavor but also add a pop of color to your plate. As you take that first bite, savor the combination of flavors and textures. The sticky rice, the fresh fillings, the umami of the nori. It's a symphony of taste that you created with your own hands. And remember, sushi making is as much about the experience as it is about the end product. Don't stress if your first rolls aren't perfect. Each attempt is a learning opportunity, a chance to refine your technique and discover new flavor combinations. As you continue to practice, you'll find your rhythm. You might experiment with different types of sushi, like nigiri or tamaki. You could even try your hand at fusion rolls, incorporating ingredients from other cuisines. The possibilities are endless, and that's part of the joy of sushi making. So, roll up your sleeves, put on your apron, and dive into this culinary adventure. With each roll, you'll not only be honing your skills but also creating delicious memories to share with friends and family. Enjoy the process, embrace the imperfections, and most importantly, have fun. Happy rolling!